Okay, I'm live. So, what I want to talk about, extending from the last video that I just made today, I want to talk about when I first entered this gang stalking neighborhood. So, this is when I pretty much, you know, went through a course of different things, basically. And so, my friend here said, okay, well, you can come live here, which he said that after I graduated, he was going to get a house and then maybe I could live with him then after that. So on my way to this neighborhood, I got the directions and I'm driving down the street trying to see where exactly this is going to be. So I'm getting toward the neighborhood. I realize that this is probably going to be a little, you know, from the looks of it, it wasn't in the direction that I wanted to be in. I was like, are you serious? But then when you get into the neighborhood, it looks like, when you get farther down and you get into the neighborhood, it seems like a reasonable neighborhood. There's decent houses for decent prices, but you wonder why nobody wants to live there, really. There's a lot of people that live over here. But let's just get straight to the what happened. So I pull into my friend's driveway. Okay. As soon as I pull into my friend's driveway, the security people, the ones that drive around the neighborhood supposedly, pulled in at the same time as I did in the driveway. He was like, he pulled up on the curb or he pulled in the driveway while I was pulling in, something like that. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is this security dude? At first I thought it was the police. I wasn't sure. I'm like, why is he pulling in at the same time as me? And he was just like, oh, I'm neighborhood security. What's your name? I told him Q, and he was like just kind of asking me questions. And I was telling him, well, I just graduated. My friend said I could live here. I've lived with him before. And I just thought it was awkward. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's awkward that neighborhood security pulled in as soon as I pulled in on that day? I mean, what are the chances that he was there at the same time as me? And also, I've seen a lot of people that moved in over here because I can hear them outside. And sometimes something tells me just to look outside. And I've never seen him pull into anybody else's driveway ever. I've seen 10 cars parked at people's houses at times. I've seen 10 people come out of a house at one time. Like 12 Middle Easterns in a house one time. Like I've seen so many people packed up in houses over here, but I've never seen him. 10 Hispanics, black people, white people, Mexican people, Middle Eastern people, all living together in some houses. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, who lives there can't really be identified at times. And so, do you think that that's weird that I've never seen him pull into anybody else's driveway, question anybody else about them living there? They have numerous amount of people, but he was able to pull in at the same time as me and started third degree in me, not in a mean way, but just like being kind of nosy and asking me. He was like, "Oh, I've never seen you before." Um, like, okay. And if you think about it, you can move in any neighborhood with anybody you want. Police and security does not come up to you asking you who you are and why you're moving in. Like that was just totally a red flag that this person was following me or stalking me. Somebody had this person to stalk me. Somebody told this person that I would be showing up to, that was the beginning of the stalking in this neighborhood, as far as I'm concerned. Like, how uncomfortable would that make you feel? As soon as you pulled up to live with somebody, they literally, the security pulls in at the same time as you, asking you questions. So these are the armed security on bikes, but they never really ride their bikes that I was talking about in the other video. These are like black men. All of them are black men, African American men. So I'm just like, it's kind of weird. Then, considering that every time I've had a problem in this neighborhood, they've turned it on me. Somebody's opening the garage door. I'm upset. I'm like, literally, like, I know these people they're doing something. Of course, I'm not, and I get in my emotions sometimes. So I'm like, literally, stop bothering me. Like, I'm yelling this outside because I'm so upset. Somebody needs to hear it. I'm going to yell it on a pillar. Somebody needs to hear. Leave me alone. Whoever's breaking into this house, it's somebody right around here. And that's not even counting all the people who are gang stalking me. So I'm yelling, stop breaking into this house. Leave me alone. There's no security anywhere in sight. Some dude comes outside like, shut up. And I'm like, okay. And I'm pretty sure he's a part of it. He didn't say what's wrong. He didn't come to try to talk to me, nothing like that. So the security dude comes by. I don't remember. I think I called him, and then he ended up saying, "Q." He called me by my name now. Q. If you don't go back in your house, then I'm gonna arrest you. Well, you wanted to do that quite quickly, didn't you? You didn't hesitate to try to put me in the back seat of your car and put me in handcuffs. He didn't even ask me, he didn't really care. I told him I have proof these people are doing this to me. I'm sleeping at 2 a.m. when my friend is out of town again, and the garage door goes up at 2 a.m. by itself. It doesn't go up by itself. The garage door opener is nowhere near me. It's the one that I have is in the car. So I'm not going to talk about all of that right now. I'm just letting you know that soon as I got in this neighborhood, the security followed me into the driveway and started third degreeing me and asking me questions. Somebody had to tell this person to follow me, is what my intuition is telling me. Somebody had told this person to track me. Now, from where I'm coming from, I'm just graduating from college. I'm trying to find a good place to live. I couldn't live with my best friend because the person he was living with started inviting weird people over there. Then the other place that I lived with some dude, it wasn't a good place to be in. Like, it was just like basically damn near, I didn't want to live with him and his mom, and I didn't want to live in the other situation that he was living in. So I was like, this is the best place for me to live right now. And these people are following me. Why? Somebody tell me, why did this security follow me into this man's driveway on the same day I pulled in, but has not followed anybody else into their driveway? I am a female. And this is happening to me. These men are doing this to me. Majority of them are men. There are women that are involved, but the men are pretty aggressive. The only aggressive women were the police officer women. And this girl across the street who's outside every day smirking at the fact that every time I look out the window, she's sitting out there with her cell phone. How did this security dude know about me? I told my friend, I said, the security dude was out there bothering me. Did you tell him to, like, no, he's just doing his job, I guess. Like, no, that's awkward. No, they don't do that. That's not doing your job. That's a form of harassment, if you ask me. Nobody's heard of that in the history of, I've never heard of it. You generally just leave people alone. If they're moving in, they're moving in. So that's my story about moving into this gang stalking neighborhood. And it is literally a gang stalking neighborhood. I did not know that gang stalking neighborhoods existed. Where it's literally every neighbor around you, everyone in a huge, group. We're talking about like what, 50 to 70 something houses and more literally in on this. WTF is this? It's sick. It's disgusting. It shouldn't exist. HOA, whatever they're doing, are they a part of it as well? It's sick. I can't believe this exists out here. The grocery stores, they're a part of it as well. Security following me to the grocery stores. You guys tell me about it. Tell me what you think. Do I have a reason to be frustrated? So should I be, no, I should take all that in. Oh, it's okay. They're following me to the grocery stores, and every time they do, the groceries start looking messed up. Everything starts changing. Oh, it's okay that, they're showing up outside at suspicious times. They're opening the garage door at night. They're breaking into the back door. They're leaving locks off the hinges in the house to the bathroom door, leaving they didn't drilled holes in the room doors so that they can have easy access. Is there a reason why I shouldn't be frustrated? Oh, try to make the human inhumane by not being human like. I'm supposed to sit there like, that's life. That's what happens sometimes. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Now I've had to take measures to protecting myself even more, and it's not going to stop. So now I have a little system that I have for those type of people who want to break into the doors and the garage doors and stuff. So I'll be notified when they do that type of thing. And I'll have plenty enough time to defend myself.